Hey everyone, Sorno Roxas here. You've probably already seen the title for this video, so you already know what I'm going to talk about as I represent my boy Sonic the Hedgehog for its 35th anniversary. I wasn't invited to anything, Sega, what the heck? As if I'm going to be invited with how well this YouTube channel does. This is actually the 30th anniversary shirt, but that's alright, we 5 years off. But that's okay, I'm a boy. I still gotta represent my boy. Anyway, I was actually going to upload a video that was talking, it was gonna be some like Sonic Racing Crossworlds gameplay because I'm actually doing a little project with that. But, yeah, GTA 6 news dropped and I had to talk about it. So, I mean, normally, I don't really talk about this stuff, right? This isn't normally like my area of expertise, I guess you can say that. You could talk about, I don't really talk about gaming news, all that stuff anymore. I haven't done that since I had my first YouTube channel. This is actually my second one. But I have to talk about this because this actually kind of hurt me a bit. If you guys seen my other videos, or even if you see my recent video about limited run games and how they're Sonic and Shadow collection that came with the statue and everything, how that debacle worked, and how I've been a sucker for like that type of nostalgia stuff, and I deal with, you know, trying to get some of these figurines sometimes, but I also try to get the collector's edition. It depends. If it's in the price range, I usually try to get it. I've been doing more and more of that stuff lately, as far as getting any form of physical media, right? And this also goes with Blu-rays for movies and things like that. Even though some movies I have digitally downloaded, I'm not too big on like digital downloads as far as like movies. I kind of want to own them. The same thing with video games. So this really hurt me when we're gonna go ahead and take a look here at a Kotaku article talking about the GTA physical copies won't come with a disc. Not really a physical copy, is it? Okay. I can talk about this for a little bit, how this isn't exactly good as far as video game preservation goes. I am a huge advocate for that sort of thing, and like I said, I'm big on physical media. Even something here, let me give you guys an example. So there's a lot of old shows that I grew up with from the early 90s and so on that I really like. There's a lot of Disney original Disney afternoon shows, or if you want to go something a little bit later, Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo. Like this is a lot of the stuff that I grew up with. I'm 35 years old. You know, these are a lot of the cartoons that I enjoyed as a child, and I have become a collector of a lot of these older cartoons, Tiny Toons as well, Animaniacs, a lot of that type of stuff, the original run of Animaniacs. I still haven't seen any of like the reboot stuff that they released later. And so you can tell that I'm a big person when it comes to having anything physical. I think that what Grand Theft Auto, what Rockstar is doing with Grand Theft Auto 6, and locking stuff behind a paywall for their Ultimate Edition, which is like $80, which is $100. It's I would be fine if it felt like there wasn't content being locked behind it. You know, like this isn't a free-to-play game where, hey, we're gonna give you free range, right? We're gonna give you free range to play this free-to-play game. When Women's Meet or any of those gacha games, right? You can literally just ZZZ. You can literally just boot those up and play those. But they gave you like extra incentives on top to play some other stuff. I don't know if Marvel Rivals is like this. Marvel Rivals free. I'm pretty sure Marvel Rivals is like that too. And then you pay for the skins, and that's how they get their revenue through these games. And I think that's fine. This is just like the climate that we live in right now. But having a single player game like this, and funny enough, if this was Ubisoft doing it, we'll all be like really pissed off, but we wouldn't be that surprised. Like, you know, Ubisoft has done this in the past with Assassin's Creed. I'm pretty sure they did it with Assassin's Creed Origins and stuff like that, or Odyssey, where they kind of locked where they make the game like very grindy, and they unlock progression, and like your progression can be unlocked faster if you actually purchase the booster pass, the boosters, so you can get like experience faster, or you can get this like legendary weapon that's actually not in the game. That some of them you can probably get later, but if you buy it now, you can have it now at the beginning of the game. It's just, God, I hate this. And so, but going back to the reason why I even bring up physical media, because I was in a communication with somebody online, right? I'm probably gonna show it here in a minute on my YouTube channel, and this guy, or maybe I might not show it. I don't really. But anyway, it was a person that kept commenting, going at me, saying, "Hey, look, it's okay that it's like this. Like they're just completely fine with the price tag. They're completely fine that there's no physical edition with the physical copy. They're just fine with all of it. If there was any other company besides Rockstar, we would all be upset with it. But it's amazing how much they get away with this stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for GTA 6. I cannot wait till GTA 6 come out. This is probably going to be the first Grand Theft Auto game I actually don't have on disc, and I just get digital. Shoot, GTA 5 I actually brought more than once. So I actually have that on physical disc for PS3, and then I have the upgrade editions for both PS4 and PS5. So money, when it comes to money, spending money on this stuff, because people love to say that. They love to throw that at you. Oh, I mean, you just don't want to spend the extra dollars. It's like, dude, I don't mind like throwing some extra coin at something that I really like. Case in point, like I was just talking about with a lot of these old like physical media stuff that I like. I mean, I use DuckTales as an example, and it's because of something like this. So this was the original 3 volumes that was released by Disney for the entire DuckTales series, plus the movie. The issue is with this is that this isn't a complete series. For the most part, we're missing one more volume. And when these 3 volumes were released at the time, I think they start from like 2007. So I can probably, I'm not gonna go through it here. It's all labeled on the back. But when they started doing these releases, they did DuckTales, TaleSpin, and Darkwing Duck. And they finished TaleSpin. They have not finished Darkwing Duck to this day. And they finished DuckTales, but it was with a little caveat here. To get volume 4 for DuckTales at the time, and the only way to get it, because they put it behind exclusivity, right? I was able to get it, but, and these are the last episodes. Now I have the complete series, but take a look at that. Disney Movie Club. I'm not a Disney Movie Club member. I didn't even know what Disney Movie Club even was, because I just don't sign up for that type of stuff. You want to know how much I paid for this? I'm going to show it on the screen here, but let me actually go to my actual screenshot that I took. I literally, for how much that this was to get this DVD, and because I wanted to have the full collection, it was $169. Now with tax, that actually rounded up to be, I think, about 190 or close to 190. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. It should be up on the screen already. I think the grand total was like, okay, so it was 186.59. That is insane. So I have no problem. Especially if you saw my last limited run games video that I made talking about the Samurai Jack video game that's delisted, that you can't even get anymore, and I paid over $200 for that. If I want, I've been blessed to actually be able to work and have a decent job, right? You know, that's obviously not YouTube that I actually make money from. If I want to get the collector's edition of whatever the heck GTA 6 is trying to sell me, I can get it. That's not the issue. That doesn't mean I have to like the practice. And that's where the issue actually comes in at. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put up a recording here, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look and read this article together. Let me see if I can actually put up the recording. Okay, let's see, let's start recording here. So now it should be recording. Okay, so as you can see in this Kotaku article, it says physical copies right at the top. I'm probably gonna put it in the thumbnail too. Physical copies of GTA 6 will just be a code in the box with no disc at launch. So now, remember what I just showed you with DuckTales, right? I'll do that here in a second. But let me just go ahead and read this a little bit more. I'm kind of all over the place because I'm actually really upset about this. If you wanted to buy a physical copy of GTA 6 at launch, beware. The box will only come with a download code and not a disc. Rockstar Games confirmed on Tuesday. That small detail arrives after months of speculation about how the studio would combat leaks ahead of release of the most anticipated video game in recent history. Now, I know that they're doing this because if you guys remember when Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, even though, like, you know, the game wasn't really, you know, huge. It's not as big as Grand Theft Auto, right? But physical copies are literally being stolen from a warehouse and from trucks, and it was being sold on the market. So I mean, and or people was just giving them out and sharing them. So everybody knew how the game was going to end, even before everybody else got their hands on the game. So I understand this is the way to maybe mediate a lot of those scalpers, and perhaps later they're gonna release a physical version. I would love that, but there's no confirmation of that right now. If there is one later, I'm probably not gonna make another video, but if it is, I might post something and be like, okay, cool. That's great. I can get the physical version down the road. But at this point, why would I even want the box? It's just to have it on my shelf as art. There's nothing in there. At least with how much money I paid for this, I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's something in there. There's disc in there that I can actually put in and I can watch and I can enjoy. I would like to put this in and play it and enjoy it. But anyway, going a little further, scrolling down, the physical version of Grand Theft Auto 6 containing a download code inside the box will be available starting November 12th, 2026 to support preloading. Confirmed a new press release from parent company Take-Two. The good news is that means anyone can walk into the local Walmart or GameStop to buy a code to immediately start preloading. Oh my god. Why? Why would I even waste my time doing that? At that point, just get digital. I don't even get the point of even pre-ordering digital. You want to know why? Because it's not going anywhere. It's just going to be on the market unless the company delisted itself, which they could. That's the whole point of why you kind of want something physical. That way you don't have to have that in the back of your mind that they can delist at any time, Sega. So I mean, it's just. Oh my god, the bad news is that anyone who wants an actual disc version of the biggest game in over a decade is going to have to wait to buy it a second time. With the GTA 6 launching at $80 for the base version, that means hardcore fans will have to shell out at least $160. That's certainly one way to double dip. And that's how they make their extra money. Okay, so Kotaku was literally kind of confirming that. Like I said, I'm still kind of skeptical. I don't know, they could change their minds. I'm sure it's going to come along during the PC release. Which is probably going to be in 3 years' time. Now, also the reason why I bring up DuckTales is because there was a game called DuckTales Remastered. And DuckTales Remastered, when it was released here, there was a physical copy. And the physical copy of DuckTales Remastered right here. I'm gonna click on GameStop right here. It actually did not have the disc in it. It was a digital code and a little paper disc, where the code ran on, and it was some nice artwork stuff, very reminiscent of Indiana Jones, very reminiscent of like the original TV show, and it's a fun game. It really is a fun game, but you can play it, of course, if you have Steam, but it wasn't a physical copy, so anytime, unless I have it installed on my PS3 still, I can't play no more. The game is relatively gone, besides, playing it on PC, which I do have it on PC. So but still, It's the whole point of now I have a box somewhere that says DuckTales Remastered, and it's just a box. What's in it is useless unless I still have it downloaded on my PS3, which I'm pretty sure I don't. So that preservation is kind of gone unless they delist it on Steam, and it doesn't seem like Disney's doing that, at least not yet. But still. Game came out in 2013, actually pretty good, done by the cast of the original show for one last go around, and you can't have it on physical disc. Doesn't make sense. I don't like it. I'm just not a fan of this practice. Even if they release it later, sure, I guess that's fine. But that's how they get the extra money from you, and it's just it's such a shame. And I hope. And it seems like we're going down that road where they're trying to just get rid of all physical media. Mark my words, it ain't gonna be a good world. We have to save these games, man. There should be an archive of all this stuff, and it has to be something other than Steam that keeps this, because the games have been listed on there quietly, and it's just disgusting how that works. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Very quick video here. I'm not gonna go that long with it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this uploaded, and you know, it's. I see some people seem to be talking about it. Well, like even some people like in the comment section talking about that this might be a skip for them. At that point, either just get the digital version or just wait on PC. I want this game so bad. it's like, and they know we want this game so bad. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna get into it anymore. I'm out of here. I'm not even gonna show you the whole YouTube trend that I did that I got into it with this person. Maybe I might take a screenshot and post it on my community page, or I might not. That's it. All right. That's all I got. I'll catch you guys later. This is a practice that literally should not be normalized. I'm a big advocate for physical media. A little disappointed here. Regardless of whether it come later, companies can change their mind. Okay? They're human too. All right. Catch you guys later. See ya.